right. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming. It's our first foggy morning, it looks like. It's kind of weird, like we've been having such hot weather, and it's now foggy today. Anyway, let's come to the top of your mat. Feet parallel to each other, just get nice and tall. Just as a little promo also, so I'm doing these little 5-minute videos. There are 5-minute stretch videos as well. You can find them on IGTV under my name, Susie Gillette, or under at my YouTube channel as well. So they're just small midday break 5-minute videos, and give yourself the opportunity to get up and a little bit. So there's some stretch ones, there's some mobility ones, and there is some ones basically designed for kids. You can do them, but they're kind of designed for kids. Anyway, so let's start nice and tall, feet placed evenly on the mat. Bring your shoulders up, around, and back. Find yourself just growing tall away from the arches of your feet. Think of the spaces from your feet to your ankles, ankles moving into your calves, calves to your knees. Broaden the rib cage. Open and find the collarbone spread. Grow through the crown of the head. Giving yourself the opportunity to just feel that deep foundation into the ground. A gentle sway, maybe back and forth. Take a nice opening breath. Take the arms, palms open, chest is lifted. Exhale, bring your palms to your center. Inhale, circle your arms up, overhead reach. Exhale, hands to your center. Again, inhale, take your arms out wide to a T, reach your palms away. Exhale, hands to center. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, hands through. Once more, circle your arms just out wide, open palms. Lift and reach through those fingers. Exhale, palms to center. Inhale and reach up. Breathing, lifting, lengthen. And exhale, lower. Standing nice and tall again. Inhale, take your arms up and overhead reach. Bend your knees, dive forward, push your hips back, head down, chin in. Inhale, half lift, bring your head and heart forward. Exhale, pull yourself forward and over the top of the legs. Let the chin come into the sternum. Inhale and sweep up. Get long. Exhale and through. And again, circle those arms up high over your head to reach. Bend the knees forward, hands to the ground. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to fold, chin towards your sternum. Inhale, walk your hands forward if you need to. Step your feet back. Hold the top of the push-up. Breathing. Exhale, lift your rib cage, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Sink your heels down into the ground. Bend your knees, step or walk your feet up to your hands. Exhale and fold, chin towards your sternum. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale and through. And again, circle those arms up. Hinge, dive forward. Inhale, step back. Exhale to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, step or walk your feet up to your hands and fold. Inhale and sweep up. Exhale and through. 2 more just like that. Inhale, reach up. Bend the knees, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. I know I made a movement. I made a movement that seemed like a step back. I was kicking nature out of my way. Inhale and now step back. Plank. Exhale to the downward facing dog. Sink into those heels, lift that tailbone, pull the ribs tight. Bend the knees. Step or walk your feet up to your hands. And inhale, sweep up. Exhale and through. Inhale, take those arms high up and overhead, reach. Exhale and dive. Inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your feet about halfway in. Breathing, and then sit your weight back. So you're kind of in a short downward facing dog. So your fingers are out in front, your hips are back, your heels are down. Just get a nice long stretch through that upper back, into the lower back. Your belly's right up against your thighs. Exhale. Now walk again, your feet back, all the way back to your downward facing dog. And then sink back into your heels again. See if you just found a little bit more length. Inhale, now up on your toes, bend the knees, and step or walk your feet up to your hands and fold. Breathing. Inhale. Slowly sweep up and exhale through. Inhale, circle those arms up and overhead reach. Bend the knees, exhale, dive. Inhale, left leg steps back, nice long lunge. Always a good time under the tree. Breathing. Good, drop your left knee down, lift that chest up. Take your arms high up and overhead, reach, get long. Pull your left hip forward, bring your right hip back. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Turn your left knee, so you're kind of going to be at 90 degrees. And then bring yourself up. Breathing. Take your right hand and press into the inside of that right leg. Nice. Take your top arm up, take your left arm up. And then take your left arm down, tilt over, left hand to the ground, extend your right leg out, and then take your right arm overhead. Bring your right arm up, and then bend the right knee. And then you're back into that position again. Ouch. You can bend your mat, fold your mat if you want. Or not. Okay, inhale. Take your left arm up, reach, press out into that right leg. Keep that hand there as long as you can as you tip over. Then take that right arm up over your head, reach, extend the right leg out. Breathing. Inhale again, come up, use that side waist, that strength, and then one more time, hold. As you can, take the left arm up and kind of turn up into the left arm, feeling that left side waist. Open the chest. Breathe. One more time. Inhale. Take your left arm down, look up to your right, extend your right leg out, and then take your right arm overhead. And then inhale through the core. Bring that right arm up and bring your left arm up. And then back to center. Let's see if we can do this again. Bring both knees in. So go ahead and fold your mat if you want. Just kind of pleat it in the middle where you kind of put your knee before, and that will give you a little bit more cushion. Go ahead and press into those shoulders, or pull back into those shoulders, press into the toes and the hands, and then push back to downward facing dog again. Get nice and long. Walk your feet about halfway up towards your hands, and then again, sink back into your heels. Your hands are still touching the ground. Nice, long, extended spine. Breathe. Feel that kind of stretch, easy stretch, because there's very little weight in your hands. And then shift your weight into your hands for a moment. Just step back into the downward facing dog and feel the heels able to drop into the floor just a tiny bit more. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, step or walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Exhale, fold, and inhale, sweep up. Exhale and through. Once again, circle those arms up over your head, reach, get long, pull up, bend the knees, dive forward, hands to the ground. This time, right leg steps back to the lunge. Get that back leg nice and far without the heel pushing over the ball of the foot. Heels almost vertical. Slowly begin to drop that right knee. And then keep that right hip forward as you slightly pull the left hip back, taking your arms up and overhead. Reaching. Exhale, bring your arms down. So you're going to turn toward maybe the long edge of your mat. Your right knee is now kind of behind you. Your left knee is 90 degrees still forward. Take your left hand to that leg and then take your right arm up. Just reach. Feel that length coming up that right side waist. And then tilting over toward your right side. Drop your right hand, extend your left leg, take your left arm overhead. Twister. Good. Inhale, lift up through your side waist, bend that right knee, breathing, and just hold that left knee open. Good. Again, breathing, take your right arm up. Lengthen, open that left leg, tilt over. Keep the hand as long as you can as you're dropping. Take your left arm up, extend your left leg, take your left arm over. Again, bring yourself up, bend that left knee, take your right arm up and tilt into your left leg. Once more, come all the way up, tilt over, anchor that left foot, lift the chest up, left arm over. And bringing yourself up, using that side waist, using that core, bringing yourself up and over. And then back up to center. Turn that right leg back. Lift the hips up, step back to plank, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, drop the knees into your mat, and sit back into your heels. Head down, chin in. Get long through those arms. You can kind of shrug your shoulders more into your ears. Walk your hands higher towards the top of your mat, and then really pull your hips back into your heels. Big deep breath so you can feel that opening in the mid-back. And then exhale. Soften to the ground. Gently slide one hand then the other back underneath the shoulders. Push yourself up. Lift the sternum. So extension of the spine. Rounding the back. Chin towards the sternum. Flexion. Push the ground away. Inhale. Lift the tailbone. Lift the chest. Exhale. Round. Come out of your feet and round. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale, round, come into a ball. Inhale, lift the chest. Walk the hands out, move the knees away, and begin to circle those knees. Breathing. 2 more. So your right knee is going clockwise, left knee is coming in counterclockwise. And then drop the knees. Bring the right foot forward. Breathing and sit back into your left heel. From there, walk yourself forward. So drop your weight into your right ankle. Walk your hands forward. And then stretch that back leg even to the top of the foot. Curl across the ball mount of the foot. Walk yourself back. Drop into the right heel. See if you can even lift the left knee up. Take the right foot under. Take the left foot forward. Drop the right knee. Walk forward. Extend all the way to the toes. And then roll across the ball of that foot. Walk your hands back. Breathing, sit back on the right foot this time. Weight drops into that right foot. Bring that left foot back. And then let's go the other direction. Circle those knees out. Two more. And last one. Sink all the way back into your heels. Hands onto the ground. Sink those heels down as quickly as you can. Lift the hips up. Head down. Chin in. Slide the hands up for half lift. Exhale. Inhale. Take the arms high up and overhead. Get long. Exhale and down. Good. Inhale. Again, take those arms up and overhead. Reach. Circle your arms around and lengthen. Get long. Take your right hand to your right hip, left hand to your knee, and then look over that right shoulder. So try not to look around behind you. Just look up towards, like as if you could turn your head just right in 90 degrees to your ear. Rotate back to center, reach up, and then sit back, get long. Left hand to your left hip, right hand to your left knee. Watch that you don't cave in, but slightly push out. Open the left shoulder. Keep the head long with the spine, and then just tilt the chin up towards the left shoulder. Inhale, coming center, push through the feet, take the arms high. Exhale, lower. Once again, circle those arms up. Sink back. Right hand to your left, right elbow to your left knee. Now your palm is up, kind of in line with your sternum. Take your right hand now and make a prayer pose right in the center of your sternum. Thumbs face your sternum. Breathe. Inhale, come back to center, and then push the ground away. Exhale. Once more, inhale, take those arms high up and overhead, reach. Sit back, get long, feel that length from your hips to your hands. Left hand to your hip, right hand to your knee. Look over. And then slide your right elbow all the way across. Pull the right hip back. Palm is towards the sky, left hand on top. Look up over your left shoulder. Breathe. Level those hips. Lift that chest. Inhale, come center. And then press. Reach. Exhale, dive. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, up on your toes. Step or hop your feet up to your hands and fold. Inhale. If you have your blocks, keep them close. Step your left foot back. Tip your right block so it's on its high edge. Drop your left heel. Straighten out your right leg. Roll your left shoulder up for triangle. Left arm is up. Open. Watch the right shoulder. Breathing. Move your block so it's more lined up straight, just slightly behind the ankle instead of towards the pinky side of the foot. Breathing. Lower the left hand, bend the right knee, lift the heel, lengthen. Put some weight into both hands, lift that right foot and step back. Keep the hands as even as you can on the blocks so you're not driving into the heel of the hand more than the fingers. Lift the hips up, sink or walk the feet slightly under, come into a downward facing dog. Inhale, return to the downward facing dog. Float that left foot up, breathing nice and long. Lift the hips, drop the right heel, move the left block behind the left ankle, and take the right hand up. Lengthen through that right leg. Notice if you've caved into the arch of that back foot, open the chest. Circle, right hand comes down, hands to the block. Again, both blocks down, head is forward, chest is forward, breathing. Pull the belly in, slide that left foot back, lift the hips up, and walk your feet slightly into the downward facing dog. Inhale, step or walk your feet towards blocks, head down, chin in, and then sweep up. Exhale and through. Breathing. Just take a moment. Inhale wide to the T. Exhale, palms to your center. Reach up and dive through. Hands to the blocks. Step your right foot back, move your block towards your left ankle. Breathing once again, drop into and come up to triangle. Take that right arm overhead. Circle the right arm around. Bring your right hand on your block, left hand, and then just step back to plank. Come reaching out of those toes, back into the ball of the feet. Inhale, lift the hips, right foot up, tip the right block, roll, and come into triangle. Take the left arm overhead, lengthen. Circle the left arm all the way around, left hand to the block, breathing, lift the right foot up, step back, and let's come into child's pose. Exhale. Good. Let's walk the hands up and in, and then bring yourself upright. And then go ahead and swing your legs around. Bring your feet out in front towards the top edge of your mat. Grab one block. And you're going to place that block. It'll go behind you. Lower back all the way onto the mat. Lift your hips up and take that block underneath your pelvis. So the placement for this is just to make sure that you're not, the block isn't down towards your tailbone. Like you should be able to kind of almost really reach the back side of your hamstrings very easily without touching the block. And then the block shouldn't be up above your pelvis. Just settle in. Pelvis should lay flat or level onto the block. No significant back arch. Inhale, extend your right leg out, get long through the right heel so the right heel flexes, right arm comes up and overhead. Keep your chin in so you're lengthening the whole back line of the body as you reach through that right leg. Feel that front right where your hip joint is, right at the front where your thigh meets your pelvis, meets your torso. Reach through your arm without shrugging your shoulder. And then slide your right knee in. Cross your right knee over your left ankle. Flex. Take your right hand and place it just gently, kind of gently pressing out and away onto your right thigh. Inhale, bring your right knee in without rounding your back as you are on that block. Just hug the right knee in slightly, and if you can, extend the left leg now. Slide the left foot in, extend the right leg straight up so the right heel is pushing the sky up. Rib cage sink, shoulders flat. Push that heel a little bit, sink that hip a little bit more. Bend the right knee, drop the right foot. So you're going to shift your weight to the right, or to the left edge of your roller, of your block. And your right leg is then going to extend. So kind of your left butt cheek is completely off the block. Then take your right arm overhead and roll as best you can, readjusting so you don't fall off. You're now on your right arm. Your left leg is straight, you're on your side, completely on your side.
This is funny.
If you can, then take your left foot top of your right and just hold, and you can bend your right knee just so you're just kind of anchored. Reach through that left leg, take your left arm overhead. Think about pushing your left leg out and down, breathing, and then pull your left arm overhead. Reach. One more fancy move. Exhale. Tuck the pelvis as you exhale. Keep that left leg long. And then release. Bend the left knee, lower the right arm, and then if you roll, you'll kind of roll off the left side of your block. And then just put the block, move the block out from underneath you, and reset yourself back on the mat again. Now, one nice thing about two sides is you get another chance to figure it out or to feel about the same way about it. Or, well, yeah, either way. So again, block is on the hips, shoulders are down, just resting. Extend the left leg out. Make sure that you're not overarching. So you want to sink your ribs slightly in, reach through that left leg, reach through that left arm, get long. Breathing, almost sunken in your belly. Take a nice long deep breath with that left leg out there. Left foot comes in, left arm comes down. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Placing your left hand, just gently press out and away with that left hand. And then bring your left knee into your chest. Give a little hug without letting your back round so you're not dropping and sinking your rib cage so far that your pelvis tucks. Keep your pelvis still level. And then extend your left heel all the way up. You can hold or not hold that left leg. Push that left heel up. Think of sinking into the block. Breathing. Bend the left knee into the chest. Drop the left foot down. Shift the weight over to the far right side of the mat. Extend the left leg again. Take your left arm overhead and roll towards the left side of your block. Bend your left knee so you have something to balance on. Keep the right leg straight. Take the right arm overhead. Reach out and away with that right foot, and then exhale. Tuck your pelvis. Inhale. Bend the right knee, bring right knee back. Lower the right arm, and kind of roll back and fall off of your block. So it's just a hip extension move, so all of those kind of for the hip whole joint. Take a nice long deep breath. Both legs slide out. Take both arms up and overhead. Get long. Exhale. Slide those feet in. Bring your knees into your chest. Give a nice little hug. Inhale. Drop your right foot. Shift your weight to your right side of the mat. Bring both knees in, and let's come into a rotation. So both knees to the left, arms open, not quite to the T. Left hand touches your right knee. Reach through that right arm. So get that right arm long and away from the midline of the body. Breathe into your right side waist. Take your right arm, sweep your right arm overhead. Get long from your right hip to your right hand. Pull your right hip away from your rib cage. Kind of trying to stack your hips. Release your left hand. Continue to sweep your right arm all the way overhead as you roll towards your left shoulder. And then take your right arm up and over your head, back to the right side. Bring your legs back to the center. You'll be off kilter, so just move your hips back to the middle of your mat as best you can. And then again, you're going to lift your hips up, shift your hips over to your left, bring your knees in, and drop both knees to now your right. Arms out wide to the T to begin. Reach through that left arm. The idea of stacking the hips is kind of important because you don't want to twist. You're not trying to twist the pelvis. You're trying to rotate the spine evenly, but not the pelvis and not the lumbar spine. You're trying to get that rotation around the thoracic spine into the upper thoracic spine, and then the cervical spine stays pretty neutral as well. Open those arms out nice and wide. Take your right hand, kind of hold your left knee down, and the left arm reaches in opposition. Big deep breath, inhale, exhale. Take that left arm now overhead and reach from your left hand into your left hip. Release your right arm opens out. And then circle your left arm all the way overhead, coming into your right shoulder. And then once again, take that left arm all the way up and overhead. Bring your knees up, drop your feet down, and reset your back in the middle of your mat. Take a big deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Let the knees drop, bring the feet together, release the inner thigh, palms down. As it's comfortable, extend the legs all the way out. If you'd like to put the blocks underneath the back of your thighs, and so your back just kind of lays a little bit flatter into the ground. Just scanning, just nice over the body, head, shoulders, ribs. Pelvis, knees, feet. Take a deep breath in. And out. Let your eyes settle back, ears drop. Let your jaw sink and your tongue drop from the roof of your mouth. Still trying to breathe through your nose. Shoulders settle. Ribs soften. Feel the belly fill with breath. Big and deep and long. Exhale. Slide your feet in so your shins are vertical. Take your left arm or right overhead. Roll toward that arm. Using your top arm, bring yourself up. Grab a block if you'd like. or 2. It's up to you. Hands to the front of your knees. Drop your chin to your sternum. Bring your palms to your center. Whatever is so much going on, whatever is filling your mind, whatever is keeping you from restoration, softening, just disconnecting from what you don't need and connecting to what you do need. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Lift your chest, take a deep breath. Reach up and exhale down. Again, inhale, lift your chest, take a deep breath. And exhale. Let it go. Bring your arms to your center, head down, chin in. Thankful, grateful, connected. Be well. Have a wonderful day. I hope that you enjoyed this. Enjoy. Go back and forth in it if you'd like to learn those other postures that we did that were a little bit more complicated maybe. And just allow yourself to move with freedom. Have a great day, guys.
What did you say? That horse is not.
If you saw what I saw this